Welcome to Tom Paxton, Still Ramblin' here on Radio 2. My guest tonight is a woman who in a little over 10 years has made quite an impact on the music scene on both sides of the Atlantic. Iris DeMent could be described as a country artist, but this would unfairly confine her to a stereotype to which she just doesn't conform. She's comfortable singing about the Grand Ole Opry or relationships or even the Vietnam War.
There's a war in Washington and it's made of cold black granite. And they say 60,000 names registered there in it. And that war in Washington.
She has worked with and is respected by many of music's biggest names, from Nancy Griffith to Emmylou Harris, and from Mark Knopfler to Merle Haggard, with whom she co-wrote This Kind of Happy.
It took such a long time that I thought that I'd never find this kind of happy with you.
New country with an old-time feel. Iris's powerful voice cuts through to your heart, and here she is then recorded backstage at country music's home, the Ryman Auditorium in Nashville, with a song which could be described as her signature tune, Our Town.
And you know the sun's setting fast, and just like they say, nothing good ever lasts. Well, go on now and kiss it goodbye, but hold on to your lover, 'cause your heart's bound to die. Go on now and say goodbye to our town, to our town. Can't you see the sun setting down on our town, on our town? Good night. Up the street beside the red neon light, you swear I met my baby on one hot summer night. He was the tender and ordered a beer. It's been 40 years and I'm still sitting here. But you know the sun's setting fast, and just like they say, nothing good ever lasts. Well, go on now and kiss it goodbye, but hold on to your lover, 'cause your heart's bound to die. Go on now and say goodbye to our town, to our town. Can't you see heart's bound to die. Go on now and say goodbye to our town, to our town. Can't you see the sun setting down on our town, on our town? Good night. Now I sat on the porch and watched the lightning bugs fly, but I can't see too good. I've got tears in my eyes. I'm leaving tomorrow, but I don't want to go. I love you, my town, you'll always live in my soul. But I can see the sun setting fast, and just like they say, nothing good ever lasts. Go on, I gotta kiss you goodbye, but I'll hold to my lover, 'cause my heart's about to die. Go on now and say goodbye to my town, to my town. I can see the sun has gone down on my town, on my town. Good night. Good night.
Oh, Iris, thank you. That is such a great song, and it's from your first album, Infamous Angel. And didn't I read that you wrote this song, or the song began for you on a trip down to Oklahoma from Kansas? Is that right?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
I was taking a trip down to visit my brother, who lives down in Bartlesville. And on the trip down, we'd passed through this town that just very much looks like the one I described in the song. And it made a big impression on me, but I wasn't writing songs at that time. I hadn't even started trying this. But I got to
At least you weren't aware that you were writing songs.
I wasn't aware. I shouldn't say I hadn't started trying, because I'd actually tried my whole life to write songs, but I had very much put it on hold. And when I got to Bartlesville, my brother had a guitar, and for some reason, I asked him if I could take that guitar back home with me. And I got home, and a couple of weeks later, I wrote this song, which was my third song. I just started writing songs as soon as I got back.
I remember reading, in your own words, talking about when, as a very young child, listening to your mother singing songs while she was hanging the wash, and then you were playing in the flower garden or something like that, and you made up a little song, I think you said, about the garden, and you were about 5 years old at the time, something like that, and you thought to yourself, wow, I have written a song. I have made up a song. And then you didn't actually write a song until you were 25. So what I want to know is, what do you suppose thwarted that?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it could be I just wasn't meant to write songs till I was 25. But I also know that, I grew up around a lot of music, and some of my older brothers and sisters wrote songs. And so it wasn't something that was foreign to me, which makes it all the more strange that I didn't write. Yeah. But there were always people around me that I admired an awful lot. There were great singers in church. I thought my sisters and my brothers wrote great songs. I had grown up with records,
So you felt a little intimidated by all that, as you perceived with that excellence, and you couldn't, you didn't see how you could write on that level or something. Your family was very, very involved in music in church, weren't they? And some of your sisters had a group, the DeMent sisters.
Yeah.
And you sang in the Pentecostal church in, where was that, in Arkansas?
In California.
In California.
My family moved out to California when I was a baby.
You were the baby of 14 children, and you moved from northeastern Arkansas to Orange County, California, which had to be vastly different.
Yes.
But your family preserved like a church sensibility and just transferred to a Pentecostal church in Orange County, did they?
Well, my family actually went to a church that was, the minister of the church was from my dad's hometown. And the church that I grew up in was full of people from Arkansas and Oklahoma, so they very much
How many
observed
times a week did your family go to church?
Well, a normal week we would go 3 times
That's
a
what
week.
I thought. Wednesday night too. Twice on Sunday.
Sunday
Once in the
night.
middle of the week. There used to be a song that went something like that. Church twice on Sunday and once in the middle of the week.
Oh,
yeah.
really? I haven't heard that.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that from Oklahoma. A lot of the Pentecostal churches had 3 services a week, and nobody missed them.
No, we never missed ours.
What were some of the best songs from the Pentecostal church?
Oh God, those churches were just full of best songs. I mean,
incredible songs.
Yeah. Let's see.
There's one on your infamous Angel album, 50 Miles of Elbow Room by F.W. McGee. Did you sing that in church, or is that outside of church?
I didn't hear that song until a few years before I made that record.
Could I talk you into doing a little bit of that? Because I've written out the chorus so I could help you sing it. I love that song. You're in the key of E, are you?
I play it in B, I think this is.
1,200 miles its length and breadth, that 4-square city stands. Its gem-set walls of jasper shine, and they're not made by human hands. 100 miles its gates are wide, abundant entrance there, with 50 miles of elbow room on either side to spare. Oh, when the gates swing wide on the other side, just beyond the sunset sea, there'll be room to spare as we enter there. There'll be room for you and room for me. Oh, for the gates are wide on the other side, where the Paris flowers bloom. On the right hand and on the left hand, 50 miles of elbow room.
Thank you.
Did good, Tom.
I love that song. And one of the things I love about that song is that, like the Carter family used to do a whole lot, there's an extra beat in the chorus that if you're not ready for it, you wind up tripping over it. But it's when it's sung properly, as my Lord, you sing it, it just flows right along. It's a gorgeous
It's a pretty song. I love that song.
Tell me a little bit about what inspired you or drove you to leave the church you'd grown up in, and which was an extremely important part of your family life, I'm sure. And you were only 16 when you had that moment. That had to have been very difficult for a 16-year-old girl to make such a strong statement as to leave. How did that happen?
Well, church was, our whole family life revolved around the church. I mean, we were strongly encouraged to not play with children outside of the church. I mean, that's how submerged we were in this world. So it was a difficult change to make, but one Sunday it dawned on me that if I stayed in the church, I would be lying to myself and I would be lying to everybody around me.
Okay, then. This is Tom Paxton with my guest tonight, Iris DeMent, here on BBC Radio 288 to 91 FM. If I backed you up against the wall and I said, Iris, you can't get out of this room without telling me your absolute favorite song of yours today.
Today might be The Way I Should.
The Way I Should.
Is that all right?
Absolutely.
And if you, you can play along if
okay,
you like.
Okay, are you, once again, you're in B, are you?
I'm in B again, yeah.
You're a B person.
Yeah, I don't travel around much.
Cold wind against my shoulder woke me up in the middle of the night.
Iris, that's such great stuff.
I hope you wanted the whole song.
Oh, I did. I wanted the whole song. How did you come to meet Merle Haggard? I know there's a song that you co-wrote with him that is one of the best songs on the album. How did you get to know him?
Well, a couple of tribute albums were released for Merle. I guess it's been about 3 years ago now, and one of them was called Tulare Dust, and I recorded a song of Merle's called Big City on that album, which was a great song.
Give us just a little of it.
Oh, my version of Big City?
Yeah,
well,
Big City. Just a
great
tad here,
Big
just a
City.
taste.
I think this is
Well, I'm tired of this dirty old city. Entirely too much work and never enough play. And I'm tired of this dirty old sidewalks. I think I'll walk off my steady job today. So turn me loose, set me free, somewhere in the middle of Montana, and give me all I've got coming to me, and keep your retirement and your so-called Social Security. Well, big city, turn me loose, set me free.
Wonderful.
Thanks.
And so you got to meet Merle as a result of that, and you opened some shows for him, did you?
Well, I didn't actually open for Merle. For some strange reason, he invited me to go out and play the piano in his band. And I say strange reason because I'm just nowhere near the caliber of his band members. But naturally, I said yes. That's the kind of thing opportunity you don't turn down. And so I didn't open the shows. I was a part of the Merle Haggard and the Strangers.
Well, so that's why I should point out that we're recording this conversation in a dressing room in the Ryman Auditorium in Nashville, Tennessee, the original home of the Grand Ole Opry. And you pointed out the piano that you played when you were here with Merle. So you were just playing the piano in his band, huh?
Yeah, I was just playing the piano and watching Merle and watching that incredible band.
Well, he's been quoted as saying you're the best singer he ever heard. I mean, he thinks you are. As we used to say at home, he thinks you hung the moon. Let's do a song. Let's do a song from an album that I did here in Nashville with Jim Rooney producing. And actually, we have Jim Rooney in common because he produced your first two albums and my two most recent albums. So let's do the song that he actually did me a huge favor by making a wish come true. I had mentioned to him when I showed him and sang for him the song Along the Verdigris that I couldn't imagine anything better than having Iris DeMent sing the harmony with me, and by golly, he made that happen. Thanks again, Jim, and maybe you'll sing it with me again now.
I would love to.
Everywhere I look today, everything is green. Oklahoma's prettier now than I have ever seen. High up in the cottonwood, an eagle makes her nest. Evening on the Verdigris, the time I love the best. Down along the Verdigris, the seasons come and go. Life is right beside you here, and you can feel it flow. Down to meet the Arkansas, then roll into the sea. All the way to New Orleans from here on the Verdigris. Come and take a walk with me along the Verdigris. I'll show you a sunset, that's the way it's meant to be. Blackbird heading homeward at the closing of the day. Just like me, the Verdigris is where he means to stay. Down along the Verdigris, the seasons come and go. Life is right beside you here, and you can feel it flow. Down to meet the Arkansas, then roll into the sea. All the way to New Orleans from here on the Verdigris. My first steps were taken where her muddy waters flow. All my life I walked these hills are what I know. I tried life in Tulsa, did not do a thing for me. I longed to hear the birds in song along the Verdigris. And it's down along the Verdigris, the seasons come and go. Life is right beside you here, and you can feel it flow. Down to meet the Arkansas, then roll into the sea. All the way to New Orleans from here on the Verdigris. Down to meet the Arkansas, then roll into the sea. All the way to New Orleans from here on the Verdigris. Iris, thanks a million for being with me.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here, Tom. It was fun.
Thanks. Always a pleasure to sing that song with Iris DeMent. My producer was Donald McInnes, and Colin Stephen looked after the sound. Next week, on Tom Paxton's Still Ramblin', my guest will be the gravelly-voiced John Prine. Join me at the same time for unique performances of some of his best-known songs like Sam Stone, Paradise, and The Speed of the Sound of Loneliness.
So what in the world come over you? Oh, what in heaven's name have you done? You've broken the speed of the sound of loneliness. You're out there running just to be on a run.
Till then, for me, Tom Paxton, it's goodbye.